There's something to be said about creatures who mythically strike fear in our hearts, but historically throughout mankind have peacefully coexisted with us, only to be judged by their mere physical makeup. It's almost as if the 6'8", 275-pound man poses a greater threat than the 5'10", 180-pound man, solely based off of his physical stature, allowing us to neglect the time we should be taking to truly recognize which one is really capable of taking it to the next level and really becoming violent and possibly taking our lives. This creature is an example of how image can blur the lines and become a reality of our worst fears of who we'd least like to meet in a dark alley. This is the story of the hammer-headed bat, and I can't lie, even though I've just given you the most gracious request for understanding, it still scares the hell out of me. But I think it's something we should talk about, so without further ado, welcome to Unseen Universe. Throughout West and Central Africa, the hammer-headed bat dominates the sky with its monstrous wingspan and its unmistakably loud noises. As one of the world's largest bats, someone would think that it would be a threat to mankind, especially since it's such an imposing figure. But despite its larger-than-life presence, this bat is nothing more than a fruit lover, existing solely on wild fruits and indigenous to Western and Central Africa, and serving no threat to humans or other animals. Now, like I previously stated, the hammer-headed bat is known to be located in Western and Central Africa, but when it comes to where it's known to exist across the world, that's pretty much it. It's the only member of the genus Hypsognathus, which is part of what I call the Epo tribe, along with 4 other genres of bats, and it's considered to be what scientists all call a megabat. This particular bat was described as a new species in 1861, which after doing the research appears to basically be around the time it was discovered. It is the largest bat in continental Africa, with wingspans approaching 3.5 feet, and males almost twice as heavy as females. Its individuals may roost alone or in small groups. Unlike other bat species that segregate based on sex, males and females will roost together during the day. It has 2 mating seasons each year during the dry season. It is believed to be the only bat species with the classical leek mating system, wherein males gather on a leek, which in this case is a long and thin stretch of land such as a long river. There, they produce loud honking vocalizations to attract females. The females visit the leek and select a male to mate with. But this is where I discovered some of the most mind-blowing information about the hammer-headed bat. When they said the world isn't fair, I think the first discovery of that example was the fact that only the most successful males, which is about 6%, is involved in about 79% of the mating, meaning 6% of the entire male species is responsible for partnering and procreating with almost 80% of the entire female species. Whoa. The males and females also greatly differ in appearance, making it the most diverse bat species in the world. These differences include several adaptations that help males produce and amplify their vocals, which, as explained earlier, play a role in their mating process. The male's vocal cords are about 3 times as large as the females. Their offspring are born 5 or 6 months later, and typically just a single baby is born per offspring, or birth. But twins have been documented to occur from time to time. Although some bat colonies have been known to roost up to 25 at a time, the hammer-headed bat prefers a bit more isolation, and it's known to roost in fewer than groups of 5 at a time. Their normal growth is basically triple the size of all other average bat species, and in the forest, they typically rely on the forest canopy as camouflage to hide from predators. Now, its predators are not well known, but it may include hawks, but I wouldn't be surprised if they could hold their own with the best of them. Don't let the vegetarian diet fool you. The adults are commonly affected by parasites such as flies and mites. These bats are considered to be pests by many African farmers who eliminate them when necessary to save their crops. But farmers aren't the only people who hunt down these distinctive creatures. In certain countries, they have to be on the lookout for hunters who eat them. People in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Nigeria killed them in order to consume them as bushmeat, which is a term to describe wild game in general, but is also considered game meat in the African areas where the hammer-headed bat is found. This species is known to mainly consume fruits such as figs, bananas, and mangoes, though there is a few instances of carnivory. Males and females rely on different strategies to find food. Females use what is considered trap lining, in which they travel on established routes with dependable and predictable food sources, even if the food is of a lower quality. Males, in contrast, search for areas rich with food, traveling up to 6 miles to reach particularly good food patches. Upon finding suitable fruit, it may eat at the tree or pick the food up and carry it to a nearby site for consumption. The hammer-headed bat is sometimes considered a pest due to its effect on some farm areas and its extremely loud honking noise at night. It's one of the 3 species of fruit bat thought to be connected with the Ebola virus, though scientists can't determine whether this species is an incidental or indirect host or if it's actually played a major role in its origin at all. It's said that the continued monitoring is needed to ensure that the hammer-headed bat remains one of Africa's and the world's most iconic, ecologically important species. Without a doubt, this is one of the most physically unique creatures that once again you'll only see on Unseen Universe, where seeing is believing. Until next time, peace out.